Dear students, in this module, we are going to talk about the issues and challenges of rural development in Pakistan. जैसे कि मॉडर्न लाइफस्टाइल के अंदर हम देखते हैं कि डेवलपमेंट का कॉन्सेप्ट एक बड़ी अहमियत इख्तियार कर गया हुआ है। इससे मुराद ये है कि इंसान अपनी जो एग्जिस्टिंग नेचर या एग्जिस्टिंग नेचुरल पोजीशन है उससे सेटिस्फाइड नहीं होता और उसके अंदर इम्प्रूवमेंट के लिए तब्दीली लाने का ख्वाहिशमंद होता है। तो इसी वजह से रूरल एरियाज़ के अंदर भी और अर्बन एरियाज़ के अंदर भी हम इस तरह की तब्दीलियां लेके आते हैं ताकि हम अपनी लाइफ को ज़्यादा कंफर्टेबल या ज़्यादा आसान बना सकें। मिसाल के तौर पे हमारी ज़िंदगियों के बहुत से मसाइल जो हैं उनसे नबरदज़मा होने के लिए भी हमें सर्टन डेवलपमेंटल गोल्स जो हैं वो बनाने पड़ते हैं। जैसे इंसान के जो रेट ऑफ एजुकेशन है, जिसको हम लिटरेसी रेट भी कहते हैं, उसके अंदर इम्प्रूवमेंट के लिए भी हमें सर्टन डेवलपमेंटल प्रोजेक्ट्स लाने पड़ते हैं। उसकी सतह गुर्बत को इम्प्रूव करने के लिए भी जो है वो डेवलपमेंटल प्रोजेक्ट्स लाने पड़ते हैं। उसके बाकी मसाइल जैसे कि पानी के मसाइल हैं, जैसे हेल्थ के मसाइल हैं और जैसे सफाई के मसले हैं, तो इन मसाइल से नबरदाज़मा होने के लिए भी हमें डिफरेंट डेवलपमेंटल प्रोजेक्ट्स का सहारा लेना पड़ता है। तो रूरल एरियाज़ के चूँकि मसाइल डिफरेंट होते हैं एज़ कम्पेयर टू अर्बन एरियाज़, तो वहाँ पे जो मौजूद मसले हैं उनको किस तरह से टैकल किया जा सकता है या किया जाता है, इसके ऊपर हम बात करेंगे। सो द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ रूरल डेवलपमेंट कंसर्न्स not only with the improvements in the growth of income and output, it is not merely related to the economic aspect of the rural areas, but also includes the assessment of the changes in the quality of life, such as improvement in the health, nutrition, education, reduction in gender disparity, and income inequalities. So, rural development issues are often equated with the poverty reduction. Most of the focus becomes the poverty reduction as compared to looking at the other important challenges as well. So, although the definition of poverty varies, however, we can, roughly speaking, poverty is multidimensional and includes the factors other than income, such as education, health, politics or political accessibility, and social vulnerability as well. Poverty has remained Pakistan's legacy, unfortunately, and its quantum has dependent over the years. The country's poverty crisis is largely concentrated in its more than 45,000 villages even now. So it's a real challenge to alleviate poverty, and therefore one of the important developmental goals for the rural population. Rural belt is primarily consists of the land of small farmers and landless laborers who are categorized differently in the rural areas. So that we find a huge income disparity because of the land ownership or because of the patterns of land ownership. One person can have maybe 40% or 50% of the whole of the village land in comparison to the other people. So that disparity is one of the issues or one of the challenges that produces the hegemony of certain people over the great majority. So about 35% of rural population lives below the subsistence level, where the social services are extremely inadequately available. It's a huge figure. That it means that almost 1/3 of our population is living below the poverty line. So arable or cultivable land is scarce. Agriculture potential is low. We have problems with the environmental issues or environmental degradation, as well as the availability of resources as well. And then we have the access to basic human needs, which means the right to potable water and sanitation, education, healthcare. As you can witness yourself, आप रूरल एरियाज में जब भी देखते हैं तो ये फैसिलिटीज़ जो हैं दीज आर फार लेस अवेलेबल इन रूरल एरियाज एज़ कम्पेयर टू अर्बन एरियाज. आपको एजुकेशन हासिल करने के लिए, अच्छी हेल्थ फैसिलिटीज़ के लिए, जस्टिस के लिए, हत्ता के साफ़ पानी के लिए भी जो है वो अर्बन एरियाज़ का रुख करना पड़ता है. The problem of malnutrition, low life expectancy, and higher infant mortality are more prevalent in the rural areas. Why? Because we do not have the adequate health facilities as well as the quality educational institutions which could be available in the rural areas. Because our whole concentration or focus has been to produce the mega cities and to develop them and to facilitate them as compared to those rural areas. So the problem in Pakistan's economy, security, solidarity and integrity is also based on the rural sector. However, there are multiple issues and challenges faced by the people of rural areas which cannot be encompassed in this brief module, but we see around us that people of urban areas are facing a lot more challenges, and the different developmental projects are trying to address those challenges. Not limited to these, like we have already discussed, that the poverty, poor health facilities, low rate of literacy and malnutrition, as well as higher population growth, poor social and physical infrastructure, low production of productivity, means we although they are very creative people, but their creativity is considered less valuable as compared to those people who are considered skillful professionals in the urban population. So unemployment is another feature, and massive exploitation and abuse by the landowners becomes a very challenging issue for the urban areas as well, for the rural areas as well.